you exist in a space where you don't get to be yourself, where you're always shaped by someone else that's in that space, that maybe at that time have more power than you. And I guess that threat of violence or that violence against your children kind of stops you from being who you're meant to be.
That starts chipping away at your spiritual well-being. You know, you forget who you are. So much repetition that you do start to believe that you are what they say you are.
So the emotional abuse, you know, it plays on your, it breaks down your ability to feel secure and to feel loved for real. It breaks down your ability to think for yourself. And then all of a sudden you realise, actually, my purpose in this life is to make sure that he's happy.
For me, it did affect me to the point where I did attempt to take my own life, because I just felt so isolated and ostracised, and that I couldn't rekindle any of my previous relationships, platonic or family, because I just felt like they wouldn't believe me.
I think I got to a point where I built a big wall around me, so nothing actually hurt. You know, you kind of lose all your emotions. You don't get angry when you should get angry. You don't get sad. You don't cry. So yeah, I think I had built up all these walls around me and nothing ever really hurt.
You just can't think straight. You're just so scared. And that's all you think of is, oh, no, no. And you've just got that pull saying, go back, go back, go back. And so you fight, well, so it can be heart and mind fighting with each other. Yeah, no, I need to go back. I feel safer because that's what I know. That's what I know. I know that life. Over here where it's all safe and all that, I didn't know that life. So that was a real tug of war for me.
He captured my family's hearts because he was a wonderful person. He had the hearts of the community because he was a wonderful, generous person. So really hard to know, how do I work my way through this? Is this even happening?
I was really scared of the threats and the things that I'd seen. So he was holding me prisoner sort of in my own mind with the things that he'd made me see, or things that were happening around me. Like Cherie was saying, sometimes there's things around you that just gives you the message that if you go, you're going to end up something really bad happening to you. So basically, I was trapped with my own, what I'd seen. My own mind was keeping me trapped. Not physically was I, but in my mind I was trapped.
Your thinking goes back to distorted and clouded, and you can't make a judgment. You go back into that, oh, I'm not worthy, I can't make decisions for myself, I'm hopeless, I have no purpose. You go back into that shell.
I just felt really guilty and ashamed, embarrassed that that's what was happening, and same as Cherie was saying, because he looked nice and smart in his suit going to work every day, you know, and I was home looking after the babies and all that everything was okay. So yeah, it was really, I'd probably say the biggest thing was shame.
Little by little, it would chip away at my confidence. There'd be a lot of things that I thought would be a big deal that he would minimise, so I would start questioning my own thoughts and my own kind of morals. Day by day, I guess I started losing myself. I would avoid certain things to prevent things. I would stop questioning things. I just became very complacent.
I just accepted it because I was told I only hit you because I love you, and if you hadn't have done this, I hadn't have stayed in the room with his friends, I wouldn't have got, you know, so there was always a reason why I was beaten. You actually blame yourself for everything that goes wrong, and the hidings I shouldn't have done that if I didn't do that, and you have I mean, we have no control over someone else's actions, but I mean, they've actually taught us, they're teaching us or shaping us that it's all our fault.
I just felt like I was in the bottom of this pit that had no ladder, no light, no stepping stones in the walls to get out. I was stuck. I just felt like this naked woman at the bottom of this pit, stuck.
Our mana, our tapu is taken away the minute somebody treats you with disrespect. Your tapu it's been trampled on. But we don't learn that. And for me, mana, which is my self-worth, my value as a person, it became hidden from all those layers of abuse that occurred from a child, through my teenage years.
It might be 6 months down the track and you feel like you've moved on and you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, and then one thing might pop up and it just drags you back, you know? And you're in that same spot that you were in all those years or months or however long ago. So yeah, and it's exhausting, and it's, yeah, I could think of 10 things that I'd rather do than deal with the process.